Where have I been? Well, if you remember, I was struck by a meteor. Then I fell into a coma, had a strange coma dream.
Again. Clear.
And then I died. So it really shouldn't be all that surprising that I've been gone for so long. Obviously though, in real life, I am alive and doing well, but I have been busy. Busy with what? Well, let me tell you a story. I live in Canada, specifically on the eastern coast of Canada, in a region known as the Maritimes because all of the provinces there have access to the Atlantic Ocean. I live in a province called Nova Scotia, which is Gaelic for New Scotland. Halifax is known for several things like ships, lobsters, lighthouses, Ellen Page, and somewhat embarrassingly, these guys. Also, some people would have you believe that, we're mushroom people, but that's just really not that true. We're also the final resting place of many of the victims of the Titanic. And during World War I, we had what was known as the Halifax Explosion, which was the biggest man-made explosion that had ever existed before the advent of nuclear weapons. It devastated our city on the morning of December 6, 1917, when a munitions ship bound for France had caught fire and collided with another ship in our harbor. Halifax was a valuable port during the war, as it was about as close to the west coast of Europe as you could get, while still having the infrastructure for large warships. The explosion leveled the city which was built surrounding the harbor, and it killed around 1,700 people instantly, and injured 900 more, of which about another 300 died from their wounds. Trains poured in with supplies and assistance from nearby provinces, as well as from the northeastern United States, specifically Boston, which was very much appreciated as the following day, to add insult to injury, there was a snowstorm that dumped 41 centimeters, or 16 inches of snow, over top of the wrecked city, which hindered the relief efforts. To this day, every year, Nova Scotia sends its finest Christmas tree to the city of Boston as continuing thanks for their help in our darkest hour, and it's considered a great honor to be the family whose massive tree gets selected as the one. Alright, enough history. I just think it's an awesome city, and I should have been thinking that when an opportunity to move west came about. I moved about 5,000 kilometers, or 5 million Minecraft blocks away, to the city of Calgary in the province of Alberta, which is basically a cement city that loves country music, pickup trucks, and they have a giant rodeo every year. It was awful. I miss my family, my friends, and my home, as well as the ocean. I sold just about everything I owned before I embarked on my adventure west, so coming home a few months later was only about as difficult as buying a plane ticket. So back I came to my beloved Halifax. I reconnected with an old friend, and we moved into a small apartment. It was like starting a new world in Minecraft. I had no inventory, so we got a starter house going, and my storage room is small, but it didn't matter because I don't have much. Well, later we got married, we bought some things, I took on some hobbies like painting, sculpting, bought the tools and supplies necessary to practice those hobbies, and after a few years, our little apartment was out of room. Now we're married and we're saving for a house, so we don't want to leave our little apartment because we love it, it's cheap, and we're saving quite a bit of money towards our home. But something had to give. Cue IKEA. If you ever need to organize your life, I recommend IKEA. They have a cupboard, shelf, or cabinet for everything. We drew a plan of our apartment, went to IKEA, picked out everything we needed, and then packed as much of our stuff as possible to make way for the 38 boxes of unassembled furniture which arrived a few weeks later. I spent another week putting everything together in my little apartment while listening to podcasts, and I realized I hadn't considered how tricky of a task it would be to build, arrange, and swap out so much furniture in such little space. It was like the sweatiest game of Tetris I had ever played. Well, finally now we are almost done, and things are starting to get back to normal. I've had some time on the server to play, and I got some stuff done, but I haven't had enough time to record any videos, and for that I'm sorry. Now though, I have my mic set back up, and I wanted to put this video together so I can show you what I've been up to and let you know the reason for my absence. Plus you get a little background about where I'm from, so if you're still awake, let's go check out what's been going on the Lionheart server. Alright guys, here we are. This is where it all happened. This is where I was struck down by this space rock. Yeah, as you can see now, I'm I guess, some sort of blood-crying undead guy. Yep, I guess that's my new skin. Anyways, I guess what I'll do is I'll show you what I've been up to, and yeah, then you'll know. We've been doing some work over in the pyramid. Vitagarvia and AZ have been up to all kinds of work here. They got this nice mob spawner up top now, and it basically spawns mobs, and if we're lucky we'll see one. They just like fall out of this hole in the bottom and die there. So, oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's wicked. And then underneath there's like a minecart system to collect all the drops, and they have built a storage room right up here. And it basically will sort all the different drops into chests, and then the ones that we want more of, they pack them into shulker boxes and stuff. Like over here is just basically a bunch of witch drops. We have bones, string, and gunpowder, so that's pretty sweet. And then there's an overflow system there. Basically, we'll get rid of anything that we have a surplus of. Vitagarvia, I think, also has put in this really great like serpent relief, which I guess is a place for spiders to hang out. Get wrecked. Yeah, so I think that's really cool. It's got the light there for the eye, and that's neat. But what have I done over here? That's what you're here to see, right? I installed these gold blocks. Yeah, pretty amazing. As you can see, we're using the 1.13 textures right now. Just trying them out. But basically, if you grab one of these stone buttons off the wall here, plop it down on the floor, and click the button, it sends a signal now all the way over to the villager breeder, and there is now a villager on the way. It's going to take a minute, but he's going to get over and fall into one of these spots here. Now, for anyone wondering, a few of these spots will not fill, and it's not that the thing is broken. It has to do with a slight mismeasurement on my part. I didn't give myself quite enough room. So on the outside of the pyramid, Vitagarvia has lights going around at regular intervals, and they're inset. And if I wanted to have these cells useful, they would have to have the ability to put a rail on them, and you can't put a rail on a light, and it's this whole thing. So I just have spots where I've skipped over. Oh, and there we go. This could be one of them right here, so there could be like a light on the outside of the pyramid in this spot. So yeah, I don't mind a few empty spots here and there. But yeah, all the gold blocks are connected, so they will all call villagers. And I also, just for fun, I put in another one. Is there a bed in here still? I don't think there is. I got one. Alright, so over here, if we can avoid dying from the slime, I've also put in a gold block here. And this is because when you call the villagers over, you don't get to see them like Indiana Jones out of the mouth of the serpent. So I put a block here so you can hit it and watch them go, ah, sploosh. And then he'll just end up in the same spot over there. So that's what I've worked on in the pyramid, and I think this is basically done. There may be a little bit more red sandstone placement that we need to do inside to finish off like the floor area and whatnot. And my little pillar that brings the villagers up to the trading hall, it needs to be a little bit better enclosed. So yeah, oh, we got Ike there. He's jonesing for some Skoozi content. Well, little does he know, he's now in the content that he is jonesing for. So yeah, that's it for over here. I also tore down the worm prank that Nina played on me, and then I did some work over in the municipal district. So I'm gonna head over there, and I'll show you in just a second. All right, I was just coming through the main town here to get to the municipal district, and I'm noticing these statues that Vitagarvia built. This is the first time I've seen them like right up close. They're really cool. So this is a little blaze, and then over here there's a Pokemon for stands, and I'm not entirely sure which Pokemon this was. At first I thought maybe it was supposed to be a Snorlax, but then he put this fin down the back, so I'm not sure. Maybe you know, and if you do, you can tell me in the comments. But yeah, these are really cool. And I think there's another one over here somewhere. Okay, I saw it in the video. Did it get taken down already? No, there's no way. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a Shulker. Shulker over this way. I like him. He's not your traditional purple one, but you know, he's a little funkier. He's not one of those conformist shulkers. And then there's some modern art stuff going on over here. And also, I actually saw a video for this the other day too. Ike's guest, Ocean Phoenix, has opened a little potion shop over here. You can't see it, it's camouflaged, right? But it's got like a sod roof with some trees and stuff. I think that's really cool. Oh, look at that. It's a custom tree. I like it. It's snowy in this area. But yeah, oceans of potions, which is kind of cool. So from what I understand, you can pay a fee and brew it yourself, or you can pay a bigger fee and buy the pre-brews. So that's cool. If anybody else is seeing this and hasn't been over here and you need some potions, yeah, go nuts. It's a really good spot. I decided that I should build a hospital because I think if there was a hospital, maybe I wouldn't have died if I didn't have to go somewhere else to get medical attention. So we got a nice helipad up here on the rooftop, stair access down here to the elevators, and the elevators can go to the top floor, or you can go all the way down to the ground floor. So this would be like the front reception desk, where you would come and like check in. Okay, I'm here. I'm now waiting to see a doctor. And out front, we got a nice little ambulance, which I think is kind of cool. With the red and white lights up top. I still have to do a little work on the inside. I want to put like a bed and stuff in the back and maybe some equipment. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. This is where it would drive in normally in an emergency to drop off people on the stretchers, but it's too tall. It's too tall. It doesn't fit under here. So yeah, we're just gonna leave it out there and pretend like it's not too tall. So in here it would be like a triage area. So for more of like the emergency cases, as you can see, someone's already been bleeding in here. So we got IVs there with bags ready to go for anyone who needs fluids, and then patient charts at the end of all the beds. This right back here is going to be an emergency room, or like the OR. But I'm kind of stuck for what to put in here. I mean, obviously I can put a few of those IVs and stuff. I don't want to put an area over here for doctors to like scrub their hands and stuff before they go to surgery. But I also need some ideas in here. So if you know of anybody who's done some cool hospitals, you can let me know in the comments who I should go check out, because I need some inspiration for this. I went for like a really kind of sterile look in here. That's why everything is white. There's concrete quartz, concrete powder. The sea lanterns are about as white as you can get for light. Yeah, there's a bit of color here with like the Apple laptops, a few paintings and whatnot. These are not supposed to be clocks. They're more like to tell you what floor the elevator's on, even though there's only 2 floors. Yeah. So let's go up here to the 2nd floor and check it out. We have patient rooms. They all have IV things as well, because you know patients need IVs. You need your intravenous fluids. And then outside are the patient charts, which probably is like a breach of some sort of ethics and privacy issue. But you know, I didn't want to put them on the end of the bed in here. These are supposed to be more relaxed kind of atmosphere. So there's a bunch of patient rooms there, a little lobby where you can sit and enjoy the sun outside and whatnot. And another little nurse station, because you would have one of those on every floor of a hospital. Here we have the doctor's offices, so office 1, 2, 3, 4, whatnot, and they're all the same, so I'll show you in here. We have a PhD of medicine. Oh, that cracks me up, because that's definitely not what that would be called, but I like to name it that. They have their own computer, consultation chairs, and little lamps in the corner. So all 4 of these are the same. And then down here we have another hallway that is just a few more patient rooms. So yeah, it doesn't look like much, but it took quite a while to build. There's a lot of quartz in here and whatnot, and because all these floors have the checker pattern with the concrete powder, they're all double layered. So yeah, there's actually 2 layers up top, all that stuff. So that's fun. And also I did not make the last 4 elevators down here go to the rooftop, so it's only the ones on the first 2 sides. But yeah, that's the hospital. Now we have one, so if anybody else gets struck by a space rock, we can get them here in a lot less time. and maybe we'll save their lives. Anyways, that's gonna do it for me today. I know it's a kind of a short episode, but I'm just getting back into the swing of things. So give me a chance here, and we'll get back to some more regular content. I actually have some stuff that I'm working on over in the gaming district in the end, but I don't want to show you that until it's a little more done. So yeah, you can look forward to that next episode. And yeah, until then, this is Skoozi, and I'm saying thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.